Marky Worthington Podcast all day.
All day.
Dream by night.
Don't buy me a drink. Just give me $10.
Oh, dude, you look sweet. Yeah, you got a big beard, dude.
Go down to the strip club with your floppy disk and turn it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. Thrown out by Big Tony.
We're here to name names and make people feel more ashamed for shit that they're not proud of.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
Whatever it is.
Hello and welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 104. First one back. This episode is actually going live on the 1st of January. So
welcome to 2024.
Exactly. Happy 2024. You probably recognize that very, I don't know, happy still, like not brought down by the weight of the world, optimistic voice. It is Laura Johnston.
Woo.
And currently reigning and defending Mortal Komedy Roast champion. And you can probably see the belt here if you're a part of the YouTube channel.
Which is shocking. It's so against my character.
It, I think, was... It was one of those things where, like, last minute, I was like, well, not last minute, but, like, this year, I was like, I need to try and find, and I found a place that made them, and they did such a good job, and it's so heavy.
It was so heavy.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably, unexpectedly heavy.
Yeah, it's the kind of heavy where you look at it and you're like, I could carry that easy,
Yeah.
and then you try and take it, and...
It's the opposite to, like, when you think that, like, a juice bottle is full, and you go to pick it up with full strength, but it's nearly empty,
And it hits you in the
you
face.
just throw it into the roof. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
opposite of that. You're like, oh yeah, that's oh cool, I'll have a look at it, and then you pick it up and you're just like, holy fuck. There's a reason that the only people that usually win these are elite athletes.
of which I am now currently classed.
You're
Totally.
an elite comedy athlete. And I think it's probably one of the only times I've ever seen Jez will ever MC a gig where like that much lunacy went on, as opposed to like complete like MMA and like he does mostly sports MCing.
That's so cool.
So it was good to drag him in on like the debaucherous comedy shit. I'm just going to double check the episode number because I'm pretty sure it's...
Did you say 184?
No, 104
104.
is what I think. But let me just double check that because we got the fact. We don't have a Jamie to fact check shit. Like this is my fucking fact checker. I am the host and the
Maths person.
the math person. And guess what? It is 104.
104. Nicely done. This maths person is correct.
Exactly. I'm the only person that should have known that off the top of my head.
Doesn't need to go back to school.
All right, so we're recording this towards the end of December. Not really, kind of like towards the start, but whatever. We're in the new year, and you've had a big year of comedy so far.
Huge year.
How's things been? What have you been up to? What's the highlights?
Marky, I fucking love comedy. I love it. I love it. What have been the highlights? I went to Lithgow Comedy Festival straight after the Canberra Comedy Festival.
Yep.
So fun. We stayed in what I feel like was a haunted mansion.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there was a guy...
Lithgow?
In Lithgow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So the comedy show was in a mansion on the 4th floor of the mansion.
Whoa.
They set up all these seats. There was a lady in the front who was like patting her pet kangaroo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, halfway through the night, they were like, all right, everyone come downstairs.
A full kangaroo or Joey?
A Joey, a little baby kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then halfway through the night, they were like, okay, everyone come downstairs. This lady called Cara has baked us pies. And so we went downstairs to eat these pies. And I was expecting like a normal, regular pie. And they looked really good. And I bit into it and it was a fucking shrimp pie. It was
What
a
the
shrimp
fuck?
pie. Yeah.
Who the fuck
Lithgow, man.
That's haunted enough. I feel like a shrimp pie is haunted. Yeah. That's haunted.
Yeah, especially when you're like everyone was so excited, Marky, about these pies. They were like, Cara makes the best pies.
Yeah, but who the fuck makes you're in the fucking you're landlocked. There's no beaches. Who eats a shrimp pie in a place that's not got no fucking beaches near it?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good, I will say. But yeah, no, I was shocked.
No, fuck you and your haunted pies, Lithgow.
And I'm going back next year. Woo!
Actually, fuck that, Lithgow. You're really
great.
good. Thanks
We
for
love
having
you.
me.
You're fantastic.
Actually, if you ever need a support, just let me know. I'm asking you for gigs now. As the current reigning defending roast champion, may I please have a little stage time there?
Wow, roles have reversed. Yeah, because you own like most of the stage time in Canberra, don't you?
I share it.
You share it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I do. I don't. I have this thing after years of feeling like sometimes rooms get gatekeep. Like there's a lot of gatekeeping in some comedy scenes.
Yep.
I've got this thing about like making a point of like anyone can have a go. I'm not like gonna like choose who I think is funny. I'm just gonna let the audience decide who they want to laugh at. And it's always been first in, best dressed. It's the only way I've ever run any gig. I always do all my open mics for free.
Yep.
And it's always just the only thing that I discriminate against is people that are slower than other people at emailing me and asking for spots.
Yep. But you do run like every Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's something.
Except for, so I run it on the first, second, third and fourth Tuesday of every month. So sometimes there's a month with 5 Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, aren't there only 4 weeks in a month?
Yeah. So I have actually been asked by 2 venues in Canberra if I was able to run comedy for 2024.
Ooh.
So this year there might actually be an additional 5th room.
You're hearing it here first.
The Canberra calendar.
The Canberra.
Canberra calendar. Here, I'll just fix this up for you.
Thanks.
There we
Cheers.
go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You just lift. There we go. Yeah.
I love
it's because they can see you, but I have a mic stand in line of sight.
So you can't actually see.
Yeah. And it's one of those things until we started recording, did not realise. So, well, so that's a potential thing. But I do run, and they're all booked for 2024. So all those rooms have like renewed their next 12 months.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I've got a couple of bigger gigs for this year as well for ticketed stuff coming up. So I like to run on this thing where it's like, nearly every Tuesday there's an open mic, and then one off there's like bigger ticketed gigs a few times a year.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I was also, I don't know if you can see in the video, but I was admiring your posters.
Yeah, of course. Have you ever noticed that there's 8 of me watching you just at once? That's what it feels like. Welcome to the real fucking haunted mansion.
Because then on this side there's some really scary faces.
Yeah, that side's the metal side. That's the comedy
that's
side.
The comedy side.
And I'm always in the middle.
That's awesome.
Marky in the middle. So there's a 90s reference you probably don't fucking
get it at all.
Yeah, your parents just met when that happened. We did speak about like there was a reference to your parents in the last episode. I think we mentioned something about like how you weren't really allowed to swear very often and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think like maybe they did know each other for a while before they in the 90s. Like at that, like I don't think you were like a shotgun sort of wedding.
Oh no.
Like that sort of shit.
Yeah.
That's like those are real planned. Like,
oh yeah, I'm not even the oldest child.
I'm picturing you're the middle kid, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm picturing you like super structured, super planned out home life when you were younger. Am I right?
Pretty much.
Is that what led you to rebel and do comedy and music?
Do comedy and dye my hair. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No.
Do you actually was like when you were younger? Did you always like music and play music and stuff?
I did. So my dad's a concert pianist.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that for the first 20 years of my life.
What?
Yeah.
He was a closet concert pianist?
He was a closet concert pianist. I also just got my maths so wrong. It was like the first 16 years of my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then when I turned 16, he played a piano piece at Llewellyn Hall for like Save the School of Music concert.
What?
And I was sitting in the audience going, my dad can't play piano. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Fuck.
I just thought it was normal to grow up with like 2 pianos in the house.
Well, was he like showing you to play or you just picked it up?
So he fell out of love with music, with
Okay.
piano. So for the first 16 years of my life, I would sing and I loved singing. My mum was a singer.
Yeah.
But learning instruments was a no-go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like banned like swearing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Holy
like
fuck.
Footloose. Yeah.
So you had to like... If you wanted to play, you had to like sneak out.
Sneak. Yeah.
Yeah. Like climb out your bedroom window and go and like play some guitar in the
At the
park.
neighbour's house. Yeah.
Like while most people were getting shit faced, you were just like low key playing like the G string. Yeah, that's a weird way to say it.
That's a weird way to say it.
The D string. Hey, there
Even
we go.
better. Yeah, no, that's totally accurate.
Actually?
Yeah.
So like the first time that you came out to them as
As a musician.
How was that?
So from 16 years onwards,
Yeah.
he was actually quite supportive.
Okay.
So once he refound his love for music, my little brother got trumpet lessons. I started getting singing lessons.
Oh, you're like a musical family?
Yeah, no, at all. Yeah, my little brother and sister can both sing.
Holy
So
fuck.
at Christmas time and birthdays, the harmonies are so good. They're so good.
Whoa, you like talk in song.
Yeah, we do, yeah. Sometimes we'll just be in the kitchen doing dishes and we'll start singing a song about it. It's very fun.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. So, it's a bit like when I had Lanswell on the show. He was saying that he was part of a massive family, and he used to just play guitar for his family on Sunday lunches. But
That's
there was like
awesome.
100 people for
Oh.
like gatherings and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like instantly a big crowd, which he would just play music
that's
to,
awesome.
and that's where he learnt it. But it was like obviously also a musical family as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That's really. He said he'd also like perform as well, not just music, but like people would like you got that uncle that juggles and shit, like a little circus family.
That's so fun.
Speaking of circus family, it's Cameron Ribbon's circus family. See, I've got the whole fucking.
Well,
the whole-
we're all there. I also did circus as a child for a bit.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck. What
Yeah.
was that? What was that?
I did it for like 6 months and then discovered that the place that I was doing circus was incredibly religious
Oh.
and slowly turning me into a very religious gal.
Oh,
And
fuck.
so my parents pulled me out of it.
Really?
Yeah. But I super loved it. I was so into it. There was this two
They were like
silks.
none of that fucking.
Yeah,
religious
none
shit.
of that. None. Yeah.
You can't swear, you can't play music, and you can't
You
do
cannot
religion.
worship the Lord.
That's conflicting fucking
It is, isn't
information, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
That was my childhood.
Yeah, really. They're like they actually worked out that like religion would probably fuck you up more than the other shit. They're like,
Don't go there.
yeah, no, that's actually the worst thing you can do. Oh, it's actually like I went to a Catholic school when I was younger, and I
Nice.
actually found out from a lot of people that like actually being super religious is probably in most cases that I've seen worse than like parents that had kids that were just allowed to do whatever they wanted.
Jeez.
Like as an adult,
Yeah.
people that I grew up with that were super religious at Catholic schools. I also went to public schools later.
Yep.
And it was kind of one of those situations where the public school in my hometown was so shit that Dad was like, surely the priests aren't that bad. That's how fucking rough the public school was. They were just like, I mean, there's a few allegations, but fuck, I'm sure that'll be fine. It ended up being fine. I was just an ugly kid. They weren't interested in me. It was kind of a defense mechanism. And Father Paul. Anyway, so yeah. Why am I not good enough for you?
Fuck.
Anyway, this just took a turn. But yeah, a lot of those dudes that I grew up with there that were like super religious, I know them now, and like a lot of them struggle with like, social issues, drug addictions, like fucking like crazy expectations
Interesting.
and just all sorts of weird stuff. And then like people that I first met from the public school that just had parents that were just like, here's $50, go down the street, don't get arrested, and they turned out better.
Yeah.
So it's just, I guess, in my experience, it actually can fuck you up, like being super religious.
I don't think I'm old enough yet to know.
Yeah.
So I'll get back to you in 20 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, fuck me. I'm an old bastard just sitting here trying. All right, I'll tell you a story, young one. But you're saying that you got taken out of that. What was the clown school itself? Like clown school? What was the school like though? What did you do?
Yeah, so before we did any circus act, we would sit in a circle and we'd pray. And then we'd go and do the cool acts. And there were these two, my personal favourite was the two silks. We called it the tissue that came from the ceiling. And then you'd like wrap yourself up in the silk and you'd climb them and you'd flip yourself down. Super loved it. Loved it.
I've seen acts like that before.
Yeah, so that's what I was training.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I've seen
really
this
fun.
like Star Wars burlesque show. Yeah, it's called The Empire Strips Back. And they had the silk the silk ribbons,
The Empire Strips Back, that's so good.
It's so good. I've seen it twice. They tour like every year. Yeah, it's
That's so
fucking
good.
awesome. But it was just all Star Wars parody stuff. It was really cool.
Amazing.
well, fucking bit of ochre accent just come out.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually when
bit
I
of fucking the ghost from Lithgow lives on.
and comes out every now and then when I say amazing. Apparently when I sing, I put on either a super Aussie accent or a super British accent, and there's no in between.
Yeah, you've got like a posh fucking voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes you'll do it both of them in one song. I've heard you do the tidy my room for free and switch midway through.
Yeah, no, that's me.
So there you go.
Yeah, years of choir and then Lithgow, both come together.
Your fucking songs live rent free in my mind sometimes. Like for people that don't know this already, Laura is a musical comedian.
True. Yes.
Also does straight stand up.
I do. I'm working on it.
Yep. It was a very fucking low maintenance few months of my life when I didn't need to set up an extra mic cord for your music. But also I like to, as I mentioned before, give everyone opportunities on stage, and I'm not going to discriminate against people that are slightly more involved than other comedians.
Thanks, Marky.
I'm not going to be like, sorry, spots
man.
are awful. I just can't be fucked running a mic lead for you. And by the way, it's not even me that mostly does it.
No, it's the sound guy.
Soundy Dave. Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
So yeah. But yeah, tidy my room for free. Tinder Ghost, like a bunch of fucking random lyrics will just pop into my fucking head. Like I'll be cleaning the house and I'll just like be vacuuming the room and I'll just sing that song in my head.
That's so fun. That's so fun.
It's yeah, it is fun.
Power
it's
of
good.
comedy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you sell tickets.
Yeah. I do enjoy that I've gotten to know the camera comedians enough now that when I look at them, I can think of like a specific joke that I'm like, oh, I really like the joke that they do there, which is fun. And also, man, the backstage of comedy gigs, it's actually one of my favourite places to be ever.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
That's the real reason they'll, like when I go to gigs, I'm there to work on new material, whatever, fuck around. But like, if it was, I wouldn't get as much out of it if I just rocked up, did the gig, fucked off.
Same.
Like, yeah, I feel like a big part of the gig is hanging out with other comedians and talking shit. Yeah.
And even like sometimes we'll sit down and I'll be like, guys, I got this new joke. And they'll be like, all right, let me hear it, Laura, let me hear it. And then I'll say the joke and they'll be like, that was so shit. That was awful. Here's why. Yeah, so I super, super love it. Even
and when you have a good joke, then you'll know what that's like.
True,
well.
because I'll be like, damn, that's a good one. Yeah, it's just all around very supportive.
Yeah. Like if you do a bit, or you're like not sure about a bit, and someone's like, do it tonight. Like just go and do it on stage. If you haven't gone up yet, fucking do it now. Yeah. And then while you're on stage, all the comedians come over like the little rascals and just fucking watch from the door. Yeah. And you're doing the bit. And then the funniest thing is that I've had this before, where some fucking other comedian will just stitch you up and just be like, oh, that's actually, do that tonight. And you do the bit, or either you don't stick the landing, or it's just a shit bit, and someone just telling you once that it was good was enough for you to think that it was good. That you could
get up on stage and do it.
And you fuck it. And after the... all right, settle down, roast champion, just beating up the fucking studio.
Desk. Ow.
Yeah, it's a Kmart desk. This isn't quite. We haven't got sponsors and shit, you know. But someone will just be like, yeah, dude, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, I can't believe you actually. It's like I can't remember which comedian I told, but I was like, dude, you've got to do a cartwheel when you go on stage today.
Patrick Van. I got a video
Patrick
of
Van.
it.
Yes, yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, I got a clip of it. I think I sent him a clip of him doing it.
I can't remember why.
But he just casually fucking
it was the thing to do. Yeah.
After. Which just like, instead of just like addressing it or whatever, he had no game plan for after.
No, he just went straight into his stuff.
So, controversial opinion.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I love backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, it's one of those things, like, I've seen, a funny thing about Patrick Van, I was going through some clips to prepare some content for this episode. And I actually seen there's probably about 5 different versions of Patrick Van's hair, and that's just like he's like the evolution of Patrick Van's hair.
That's so fun.
What I've noticed.
I love how much stuff you have on all of us now, because you've been with us for years.
Yeah.
I
I have a video which I can't get rid of.
Okay. Like physically can't or emotionally can't?
No, both.
Both.
No, not physically. I think I could physically get rid of it.
Okay.
But I can't part with this. The only reason I would get rid of this is if the person told me...
You got to delete it.
Delete it.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
And that is Dylan Holmes' first ever set at the Phoenix when I emceed.
Oh my gosh.
And I keep reminding him, dude, I've still got that set if you ever want it. And he's like, I don't want to see it, dude. But I just know that one day he might just be like, all right, let's have it.
Now's the day.
Like, it might be years. It might not ever happen. But I just can't bring myself to delete it. Cause
I love that you have that, and I love Dylan Holmes.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with my first ever set. So it's November 2017. I go into the Smith's Alternative.
Yep.
They've only got a stage in the front section of that bar. So when you go into the stage room, that wasn't there. Smith's was just that front section.
Just that front section. Whoa.
Yeah. And the stage was up the back where the kitchen and shit is. That was the stage area. I walk in there. I'm nervous as fuck. I order a rum and coke, thinking that might ease the nerves. I've got Soundy Dave with me. He turns his phone onto like full HD resolution recording, gets halfway through the set, and ran out of memory on his phone and didn't record the second half.
No.
So I have the first half of my first ever set.
But you don't have the second half.
But I don't have the second.
That's so sad.
And the first half is me like bombing and warming up. And the second half is me finally getting into it and telling a story that got a few laughs.
No. Oh. Yeah, bugger.
And risky move, first ever set, topical story at the end related to Melbourne Cup because it was like that week.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I've never done that joke ever again since. And I keep it just like, so I actually pre-plan a lot of my future gigs. For example, when I first started, I realized that my first ever 5-year anniversary was going to fall on a Saturday.
Okay.
Which is why I preemptively, 2 years into comedy, started writing for my first solo show, which wasn't going to be for another 3 years.
Whoa.
And I recorded that on my 5-year comedy anniversary at Smith. So 5 years, same location, did it again.
Yeah.
And I worked out that my 10-year comedy anniversary falls on like a Friday.
Great night.
I'm planning on booking Smith's again, and my goal is, because my first solo show only sold about like 35 tickets. I think Smith's capacity is about 80.
Yeah.
My goal is that by my 10-year mark, I want to at least sell out Smith. So that's my 10-year goal, is to like actually sell 80 tickets for my
I love that
10-year comedy anniversary.
So when you were thinking about doing your own solo show, you set yourself a 5-year time limit. Why a 5-year goal?
Because it fell on like a night that is easier to sell tickets on.
Nice.
And it was a goal to work towards.
Yeah, no, cool.
And so my plan is I've actually got my first ever 5 minutes that I wrote. Like not my first ever, but my first ever like good 5. My first ever tight 5.
Tight 5. Comedy term.
Yes. Comedy roast term, actually, if you were there. But the what I would like, what I'm thinking of doing is like opening for myself with my first 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, open with my first ever 5 and be like,
look how much I've improved.
Someone would be like, I really liked that old shit.
You'll be like, what was the last 10 years?
But yeah, that's my goal anyway. See how it goes. But yeah, I just like to preemptively look at dates and set goals. And
I love that.
It's crazy. It's actually unhinged behavior. But it's, what keeps me ticking. So
yeah, no, I love that. I don't do the setting dates, but I do the setting goals.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the whole reason that I'm doing a solo show is because I desperately and Marky, I mean desperately, want to go to Edinburgh.
Oh, good. Yeah,
I want to take a show
some
to
Dane
Edinburgh.
Simpson shit. Like,
Yeah,
he like
right?
wrote an Edinburgh joke like early on and then finally got to do it
at Edinburgh. I think it's so cool. Yeah, so that's my goal, is I want to go to Edinburgh. And the sooner I do a solo show, the sooner
Do you
I
have a
have
time
something
frame
to
for
take.
it?
I actually want to do it next year. But that's potential, and we'll see what ends up happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Last time you were on this show,
Yes.
we made a deal.
We did.
Which means...
We shook, actually.
Yeah, which means that it's just tradition.
Oh, yeah, to make
We have to
another
make a deal.
Yeah.
Your deal is... I'm not going to set a time frame because you're not going to set a time frame.
Okay. Yep.
But we have a limit.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do it for next year,
Okay.
but I'm going to do it within my 10-year goal.
Yep.
So by my 10-year comedy anniversary,
Okay.
I need to have sold out my show
Yep.
at 80 tickets at Smith's.
Yep.
If capacity increases, that might be dynamic, but anything
Okay.
over 80 is gravy.
Is a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to perform at Edinburgh.
I'm so happy to shake on this. This is a great deal.
Second deal for
Second
the show.
deal.
There we go.
Woo!
And that's a perfect time.
Oh, yes, to talk about our last
let's
deal.
get back. We have a follow-up on our first deal on the show. Let's cut away.
I'm so excited. The tech is happening.
Now, for context, in case you didn't see, this is the deal from the last episode.
Oh, you've actually got the footage. Wow, my hair was so blonde. Okay. I also was having a thought earlier, which I'm now going to say out loud.
Yeah.
When we were talking about how much you swear during your sets, and you were like, "Oh, I want to, cut down on how much I swear." I reckon that you should get someone to tally how many times you swear in your set, and I reckon that person should be me.
Oh, wow.
And that we should
'Cause you're-
shake on it now.
Okay.
That the next set that you're at and I'm at, I'm going to get a little whiteboard and tally how many times you say a rude word on stage, and then
Right.
afterwards I'll report back to you, and you'll know.
Holy shit. All right.
This sounds fun.
This is where it happens. We're going to see a mystery shopper style.
Yeah.
How many times I swear on my next set that Laura sees. Now, I'm not going to shake on whiteboard. You can do it on your phone.
Oh,
So
sweet. That's actually a good idea.
I'll give you that loophole.
Thank you. Cheers. I don't own a whiteboard, so
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. I'm not going to make this an expensive exercise.
Whew. Close one.
So, but
Why
So
did I
that-
do it in ones? That's so funny.
so that's the deal.
Yeah.
Now for the proof that's in.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Okay, everybody, it's time for the results.
Woo.
Who the fuck? He got fucked up. Fucking Billy Mark. Old school shit. Fucking fuck his fuck. I'm getting old. Fucked up. I got fucked up. Fuck. I'm shit. Fucking drunk. Fucking hungry. Fucking England shit. Tough shit. Fucking things. Fucking lost his shit. If that fucking guy is fucking insane. Holy shit. I fucked little fuckers. Yeah, shut up, man. Aussie cartoons with the shit. Fucking eat a bag of dicks. And I was like, mate, I can fucking do that.
There it is. 29 times in 30 seconds.
That's so fun. What you don't know is that backstage, I'd gotten all the other comedians and I told them what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so we were all standing around my phone, and I was like, and they were like, "Oh, another one," and I typed down. So it was very fun,
Yeah,
Marky. I had a
yeah.
lot of fun counting.
Now, I tell you what's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know what led to this.
Okay.
But while I was editing that,
Yeah.
I found out that over the top of me swearing, I hear like a random individual keyboard key. Ding. And I'm like, were you live trying to fucking edit out the swearing? Ding.
That's so
and I
funny.
just thought about how funny would it be of like, if we did like, I'm not shaking on this.
No. Okay.
But imagine like a set that was like a clean comedy set. You know how sometimes you see clean comedy clips?
Yeah.
As a duet, you with a keyboard, and we just pre-rehearsed where I would normally swear.
And I just press
you
that-
just wait for it, and then you just ding it, and then I
That's so
continue
funny.
on with the set.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
That's really
But
funny.
like, we could have different adjectives
Yeah.
for whatever word it is. So like no matter if it's like on the bad end, it's
Yeah,
like deeper.
it's like a duck sound or-
but just like if I say like shit, it's down the low, but then like the C bomb's down like the dum.
That's so funny, Marky.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
I'm
good.
thinking maybe I could write like a set, like
Yeah.
just like a 3-minute set
Yep.
that has like maybe 20 swears in it, and just replace them with varying different keys.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's so funny.
All right, maybe we
Yeah.
could work on that. I'm not shaking on
No,
it.
no,
but
that's okay. Yeah.
I think that could be a fun
And
one.
I feel like we'd have to tell the audience before what each note corresponds with in terms of swears.
Yeah.
I think that'll make it
I
funnier.
could do that. I think at the
That's so
start
funny.
I could just like I could retrain their brains. So I'll be like, so instead of hearing shit, you're gonna hear ding, and instead of hearing fuck, you're gonna hear ding.
ding.
Yeah, and we'll just retrain the audience's brain.
Yes.
And I'll just write a bit for it.
Marky, that's so funny.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
fun.
fully down. We're not going to shake, but
Yeah.
I am fully down.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
very funny.
All right, that's our bonus deal.
Yeah, bonus deal. Bonus secret deal because we didn't shake.
Yeah. That's the under the fucking
Under the covers,
under
yeah.
the no,
Table,
that's-
under the table.
under the Kmart desk that's not sponsored. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do?
Yes.
We're gonna take a break. When we get back, it'll be time for we're going to actually. We've got 2 parts to come back to. All
Okay,
right.
yes.
The magic of editing. This will not take. You were going to go straight into
Yeah.
this, but expect this after the break. We're going to get into coin talk.
Yes.
I am going to run through some very interesting, to maybe just you and I,
Yeah.
collectible coins that I want to show you. that I've kept over the last like fucking 25
Yeah.
years.
For reference, I used to work at the Royal Australian Mint.
Yeah. We'll cover
Yeah.
that more in the
Yeah,
second part. Coming up later on this podcast.
Get excited.
And then we're going to close with a very special, first time in a while that I've had this segment, the breakup stories.
Ooh.
I've got a full little jingle and shit that I made for it. So
That's so funny.
let's get into it. See you back here
See
in
you
a
after the
minute.
break.
Please flip over the tape to side B to hear the rest of this podcast.
And we're back.
Hey.
You can do your and we're back. Do your
And
version.
we're back.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, as we mentioned before the break, Laura used to work at the Royal
Australian Mint. Yes.
We just harmonised.
We did,
Just like
wow.
your family doing the dishes.
What can I say? Yes, I worked there for 2, maybe 3 years.
Okay.
And I was a tour guide.
Yep.
So my job was to talk about coins and to also answer questions about coins
Yeah.
and to share my love of coins with random kids. That was my job.
Nice. So, what is the rarest coin you've ever seen?
Great question. I would say the 1938 penny
Okay.
would be the rarest coin that I've ever seen.
Like the depression penny? Is that what
There's a specific one there was only like 14,000 of them made because
Oh.
there was a mistake on them,
Yep.
which we caught after 14,000.
Right.
Yes, yeah. Don't fact check anything I'm saying. I'm like 20% sure that I'm right.
20.
Yeah, pretty high.
That's
Yeah.
the highest I've ever scored.
It's okay.
I didn't
What
have-
about you,
I
Marky?
didn't
What's
have
the
a sing-
rarest
I didn't have a
coin?
sing-along family to support me. So, yeah, 20% is overachieving in my gene pool. So, I don't have any rare ones, but I just have interesting ones. And I have stories behind some of the ones that I found. So I've been collecting, I don't have a large collection, I just have a few random coins, which I thought, oh, that's cool, I'll keep it. Ever since I was in primary school, if I had my tuck shop money came back, canteen, whatever you call it, and there was like one of those like special edition coins, 50 cent, 20 cent piece.
Love those.
I'd always put that in like a separate section of my wallet and then put in a jar when I got home.
Awesome.
And I still have all my coins that I collected from over the years. My brother, who we didn't actually discuss this, we discovered later in life that we were both doing that separately. So one thing that used to happen a lot in our household is we would make deals. Like if I had an album that he wanted, if he had a poster in his room that I wanted, we would do switcheroo.
Nice.
And at whatever point, I don't remember what it was for, I was like, I want your coin collection. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm really willing to trade that. We traded it. I got rid of all the doubles, and now I just have our combined collection minus the doubles.
Nice.
And still got it. And
Still in the same tin?
it is still. And
whereabouts in the house is it? No, I'm joking.
open
Don't
that
tell me.
second drawer.
Oh, actually.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Top drawer.
Oh, top drawer. This one?
Underneath the screwdrivers, there's a little grey box that says "Keep Out" on top of it.
Is it your box or is it your brother's box?
This was the box my brother had the coins in.
Nice. There we go.
Now, I'm not going to go through this entire box on the show. In
Yep.
fact, this is the second time this has come out on the on the show.
Oh, wow. Who was the first?
Chris Martin and I
Oh.
were discussing the difference between a dodecagon and an octagon.
Classic.
And I was like, I have a 50-cent piece in there. Let's count the sides.
Nice. Do you know what that's called?
Because
I do.
Oh, okay. So there's a dodecagon and a dodeca. Oh no, there's a
You're really close.
decagon and a dodecagon. Isn't
Yeah.
that it?
It's a dodecanal prism,
Ah, there we
technically,
go.
because it's the 3D shape.
3D because it's a prism. But if it was a ball, it'd be called a dodecahedron.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if it was like, so there's prisms.
You're taking me back to year 2 maths. I love it.
That's where I stopped learning. So yeah, this is my collection.
Nice.
Now, people that are watching the video, this is going to be boring as fuck. Sorry, that are listening to the episode, not watching the video, it's going to be boring.
Get
so
on
I'm
YouTube.
So I'm not going to go through it. If you're listening to the audio, I won't bore you with it. But basically, this is it has a whole bunch of the like coloured $2 coins.
That's so
of
fun.
recent years, right down to like some of the 50 and 20-cent pieces from my childhood. But underneath, I have my special collection of the
Fancy.
of the stuff, and we're going to pull up on the screen because I got an app
Yep.
that I scanned them all in high resolution and had them graded and for value or anything. That's how I know there's nothing worth any value. But the valuable part about it was, and we're going to describe what's on the screen.
Here we go with the screen again. Gonna
Now-
play something cool.
I'm going. Fuck, you got better like one-off jingles. So I have a.
It's loading. This is our loading song. Yeah. Whoa, 1905. It's a 25 cent. 25 cent. What is that?
It's I don't even fucking know. It's like a.
Is that? I don't think that's Australian.
No, it's not. It's from France.
Oh, okay, good.
So this is a French 25 whatever it is centimes
Cool.
from 1903.
Oh, nice. You're better at reading than I am. That's awesome.
I also that's the obverse side.
Yep. No,
Of-
no, you do know your coin terms. Nice.
And this is the reverse side. It's not as well coloured, but you can, for the audio listeners, it definitely looks like a coin that was made in 1903 as far as quality.
Yes.
I also have a 1948 Australian threepence,
Whoa.
which is in fucking very shit condition, but there you go. That's my other coin.
That's cool.
I have a 1948 sixpence,
Cool.
Australian sixpence.
He looks like he's got a mohawk
Yeah, well,
in that one.
that was my aesthetic at the time.
Classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You were dressing like the
1948, I
guy
used
on
to
the
love
coin.
the
Yeah.
mohawk.
Back when you were 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when your parents met. A 1962 Australian shilling.
Nice. Very
There
cool.
you go. Coin talk. Look at that. Very proud of our wool industry.
Yeah, I haven't
at
seen
the
one
time.
of those yet. That's cool.
There you go. So, hey, was I able to show you something that wasn't?
That the mint didn't show me.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And that's my obscure coin collection.
Oh, that is so fun.
There you go.
Actually, I do love coins because there's also lots of fun facts about the individual coins themselves.
Yeah.
And like tiny little details that you can see that will tell you info about the coins. Like for instance, on the 20-cent coins that you have in here, you can see the initials of the person who designed the coins on the coin.
Like
so,
the special edition ones?
Yeah, no, on any of them.
Really?
So any 20-cent piece, under the foot of the platypus, there's initials, and they're the initials of the person that designed the coin.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and imagine also telling your mum, hey mum, I designed all the 20-cent pieces for Australia. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so good. Like, it's like a cheap business card at that point.
No, it's,
and so, backstory.
Yes.
So the coins are interesting. Now, I told you how I got the other ones, like the free change and stuff.
Yes.
I lived in a house that was built in 1918.
Whew.
In a small country town. Wasn't Lithgow. And it wasn't that haunted. No, it was actually pretty fucking wild though. It used to be owned by I've talked about it on the podcast before. I did like a supernatural episode because this place was meant to be haunted. You can listen to that episode. It's with one of my buddies, Hayden.
Nice. Good name.
People can listen back to that. Yeah. And this house was owned by a doctor who used to do home surgeries in the front room. And that's why we think it was fucking haunted.
Yeah.
Now, I got all the coins in this box from Change.
Yep.
Those coins I just showed you on that screen, I was digging a hole in the backyard, and there was a section of the hole, must have been a bag that had perished, where all those coins were in like a little bag.
Oh.
And that's how I got them.
How old were you when you were digging?
6.
6. And how did you respond when you found this bag?
Mad, I can chuck this in my box.
Yeah, nice.
yeah.
Cool.
So I just scrubbed them up and I've still got them. So
that's
that's
so
how I
cool.
got that really old French fucking...
It was just in that bag.
Coin, the sixpence and the threepence, yeah.
That's so fun. Apparently quite a few coins back in the day used to be hidden in, you know those stand-up... now I'm doing the action. It's you put your clothes on it to dry. And it kind of looks like this.
Like a... drying...
Heels hoist.
Heels hoist, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
One of those stand-up.
Goon of Fortune.
Yeah. Perfect. Apparently in the base of those, a lot of people would hide their coins.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
First time I ever drove my dad's like ute in the backyard, he's just like, oh, can you take the ute forward so that mum can hang the washing out, because we delivered some furniture to the house, and dad backed all the way up to the back of the house under the clothesline with no washing on it. Mum's like, I gotta put the washing out. Mark, you're 14,
go drive the car.
do you want to drive dad's ute? And it was a 1974 Holden ute.
Okay.
With the massive V8 in it. And have you ever driven a manual?
No, but I've seen them in the movies.
Okay, you've seen them in movies?
Yeah.
All right. So, you know when like... so the gear pattern of a standard manual gearbox is reverse, is like you press down on the stick and you go down and then you go to the right and down.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't realise that Aussie 4-speeds are
opposite,
across and up.
No.
So I thought that it was in first gear,
No.
but it was actually in reverse.
No. And you
Dad left it in reverse because he just backed in. So I get in. I feel the gears. I'm like, good, she's in first, no worries. And because it's like got an Aussie V8, I get in it, first time ever, rev the fuck out of it because I want it. I'm like, vroom, vroom, fuck yeah. And then I just drop the clutch and reverse straight over the clothesline.
So good.
So to fix it,
Yeah.
my old man just put a tow rope around the tow ball.
Yep.
And then around the clothesline.
And
drove forward. And we had a clothesline that was at like not quite 90, it was like an 80-degree angle. And it would never spin. It would just, the heaviest shit would go to one side and it would just stay there.
That's so funny.
And it's because I fucking drove over it.
Proud of you. Proud of 14-year-old Marky.
Didn't damage the ute at all.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice. Benefits of that kind of car.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And now my first ever project car is, and I bought this 8 years ago and still working on it, 1974 Holden 1-tonner, the exact vehicle.
Oh my gosh. Watch out, washing lines in the district.
Yeah, fucking, these new lines wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Barrel straight into them.
Now, we have another clip
Yes.
for the show. So that was Coin Talk. Thanks for being part of it.
Coin
You're the
Talk.
most qualified coin talker on the show.
Thank
I've
you.
ever
I did
had.
work there like 4 years ago, but
Yeah.
thanks.
Hey, it's still better than nothing. So,
Next clip.
next clip. Now, this is in the wake of the Mortal Komedy Roast. Now, we both hate that this happened, but we
Yes.
want to share it with you. During the roast, Laura had this excellent idea. It was a great roast.
Thank you.
That the real roast that I would probably like,
Is food.
food roast.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, we were talking during the break about spur-of-the-moment decisions and how sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Now, this worked out for the audience
Yeah. But not for Marky or I.
or I.
Yeah.
So let's pull up the clip.
Oh God.
Now, I've used some sections of this clip to really bed in the facial expressions of both of us while this
Oh.
happened.
Oh.
There
Yeah,
it
even
is.
the belt doesn't like that
The
this
belt
happened.
doesn't want. I'll put it down.
Yeah.
Even the belt doesn't want to watch this.
No.
But for your listening and viewing pleasure, this won't be much listening pleasure. If you're listening to this, there's going to be a link in the bio that will take you straight through
Just to
this
watch this one
section
clip.
of the bit.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I like to call the barbecue roast.
Oh God.
I thought I'd bring you this, Marky. It's some barbecue sauce, because I know that's the roast you prefer.
I have to drink this whole thing, right?
No.
I'm not a bitch. I can't not fucking drink this whole thing.
I like that you still got the mic. The best part.
Who do you think you're fucking with, darling?
Your face. Yes! It's pure fucking hatred that happened. Now,
Oh God.
I want to know something.
Yeah.
Because I had to edit that clip. So you only had to watch it once. I watched it like 5, 6
Several
times
times.
and had to zoom in. And sometimes I zoomed in too far and had to watch just like my face.
Yeah.
What was the planning that went into that? Did you bring that from home? How did you get that?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't full.
No.
That looked like you just grabbed it on the way out of your house.
So it wasn't even, okay. All right. Here's what happened. I had a bunch of mates who were coming to the show.
Yeah.
And I texted my mates and I was like, hey guys, does anyone have a barbecue sauce bottle that's, doesn't have to be full, can be near end, that you could just bring with you? And a bunch of my mates live on campus.
Yep.
Where they have like a shared kitchen.
Sure.
And there's a whole tub of barbecue sauces
Yep.
that are like almost done.
Yeah.
And so they just grabbed one from that shared tub.
I fucking knew it. I
Yeah.
knew there'd be some creepy story as to how
Yeah.
that... And because I'm like, that was... I fucking can... I'm probably the best person to ask, how was it?
Yeah.
That was not even like... That wasn't only fucking gross if it was like good barbecue sauce. That was also the fucking worst barbecue sauce I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So it was like a double roast, but
Yeah, because it was also cheap uni students doing it. No, Marky, what is this?
just because I had this inkling that might have been your own personal one that I just fucked up, I bought you a brand new barbecue sauce.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
Jack Daniels.
This is a fancy one too.
Yeah. But I don't know if you like... You're a plain Jane to me, but
Thanks.
because I summed it up, but I thought it would be funnier to get this one because it perfectly describes your roasting style.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Can you read the flavour?
Sweet and spicy barbecue sauce.
Yeah, there we go. So that is yours to replace
This is so good.
the one that I took.
Thank you so much. That's really good.
Yeah. So there we go. We have come full circle. I've replaced all that has been lost,
Yes,
except
yeah.
for the mental capacity, which hopefully that will regenerate in
I've
time.
got to take that video out of my brain. That was what a moment.
And that brings us into the final section, which
Ooh.
is the breakup stories.
Breakup stories.
you
You've
want-
got a
do you wanna
jingle
hear the
though.
jingle?
Yeah, I want to hear your jingle.
Never-ending breakup
Breakup
stories. There you go.
it.
That's the intro.
Beautiful.
That was the intro. My buddy Trent and I recorded that.
Oh my god. That was amazing.
Yep,
You
Trent
have
is
musical
a
talent.
Trent
That
is
was-
a friend of the show, and we decided let's do it with him because he has the lowest octave voice within my
Thanks, Trent.
group of people to contact.
Join
I do
my
have one
choir.
lower octave. I did have this guy called Rosh Oman that used to be on the show, who's moved to Melbourne, but he had
Rude.
like a fucking 60-year-old smoker's voice since he was 8 years old because he had some like voice box shit going on when he was a kid, and they fixed it, but it just meant that now he's going to have an 80-year-old,
Low
60-year-old
voice.
smoker's voice for the rest of his life, which he's really grown into.
Nice one.
So
As you would.
breakup stories. I have had a few over the years, a couple of good ones. I pre-warned you to be like, I'd like to do this section. We normally do story time. I've had stories through this whole show.
Yep.
Let's close it up with a breakup story. What do you
Yeah.
have for me?
Marky, I break up with all of my partners in the same place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
On the edge of a cliff?
Pretty much on top of a mountain.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because it means that you have the entire walk up the mountain
Oh, no.
of like not broken up, and they don't necessarily know that you're about to break
Yeah,
up.
but then you've got the fucking walk down broken
yeah,
up.
no, but it's good because you get to chat, make sure that you're on the same page.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my most recent breakup, I actually decided that this time it was going to be a 6-hour drive away
Yeah.
and a 5-hour hike up a mountain,
Oh.
and then 2 days staying on the mountain, and then we break up on the top of the mountain.
Is there like a lodge or something
and
at the
then
top of
hike
this
down.
mountain?
No, we camped.
You
we were
have a
staying in a
fucking
tent.
tent?
We had a tent. We hiked up with a tent.
Jesus Christ, you break up on the first day or did you wait?
No, we waited. We waited until the morning
Whoa.
that we were coming down.
What? We
Yeah.
didn't wait. You waited.
Well, no.
You broke up with...
No, he broke up with me. So
What?
the full story
On your
is-
mountain?
On my mountain.
Whoa, okay, fuck, let's get... Okay,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, yeah.
unpack it.
So I think that breakups, when possible and when safe, should be, mutual. And so he tried to break up with me a week and a half earlier. And I was like, nah, man, I get agency, and we're going to break up on a mountain. And he was like, okay. And so I took him to, actually this time it was his
You
favorite
dragged
mountain.
him through the...
Yeah. And I was like, you're going to break up with me on a mountain. We're going to climb up this mountain. We're going to drive.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then on the way home, we listened to exclusively breakup songs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you both...
It was actually a fantastic breakup.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. No, it was really good. And I fully recommend it.
That is
Yeah.
posh treatment. Normally, like, in my experience, I know that someone breaks up with me when they start fucking one of my friends. It's so good that you do that.
Yeah, no.
It's so good.
The only thing that I would not recommend
Yeah.
is that I joked with him on the top that he should break up with me by getting down on one knee. And then the
Oh.
next morning when we broke up, he got down on one knee and was like, Laura,
Oh, no.
I'm breaking up with you.
What was that like?
Well, it taught me two things.
Yeah.
One, it taught me that I do actually want someone to get down on one knee and propose to
Oh,
me at some
okay, yeah.
point. That sounds great.
Cool.
And then the
Good
second
dry
thing,
run.
yeah, good dry run. Preferably next time say the opposite, but good dry run. And then the second thing it taught me was that if you are going to break up on a mountain,
Yeah.
wait until you're below the tree line because it was so fucking windy that I could barely hear him.
Oh.
Yeah. Those
Whoa.
are my two learns from breaking up on a mountain that is a 6-hour driveway and a 5-hour hike.
Is it the same mountain?
No, so
Okay.
in Canberra I've got a mountain, Mount Taylor. That's
Okay.
my breakup mountain.
That's like you haven't been dating for long.
yeah,
quickie, sort
yeah.
of
It's like a
fucking-
45-minute walk up to the top of
Right,
the mountain.
okay.
30-minute walk down.
So this recent one
Yeah.
made his way past the
He did.
Mount Taylor.
Past Mount. He even made it up Mount Taylor and down Mount Taylor, and we didn't break up.
Why did you go? Was that like a little?
Yeah, it
did
was
you
like
do
a-
that? Was that just like a little? Like, was that like when someone that robs a bank shoots a shot into the air just to show
Just
they're
a
not
warning
fucking
shot.
around? Like, did you just take him up there and be like, "Hey, man, if you fuck up again, you
Yeah,
know,
this is
where
where
it could-"
we're gonna end.
All right. So, do you want to make it to the mountain 6 hours away, or do you want to fucking do it here and now?
Yeah, no. But I did make him sit down on. There's a world's most uncomfortable chair on Mount Taylor, my breakup mountain, and I made him sit on that, and we like sat there for like 2 minutes in silence as
Yeah.
I didn't break up with him, which also feels like a bit of a power move. Yeah.
That's So it's like the uncomfortable breakup and the physical uncomfortable of the chair.
Yeah. No, it's both.
So do you get more out of the relationship or the breakup? What do you like? Do you think you have a breakup kink?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you enjoy the breakup?
No, but I do.
It seems like you put a lot of work into the breakup.
I do put it because breakups suck.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're the worst.
Yeah.
And so if you can get some joy or some outside time out of it, that's a good thing. Or even comedy.
Fuck.
I wrote my first 30 seconds of my show that's coming up in the Canberra Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
On the top of Mount Bogong, which is the
with the fucking soul of some poor fuck that went up with you.
Yeah. I was in a hammock.
His soul went into your show.
It did. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. So I think that this is a common thing with comedians.
I almost took a sip from this.
Don't steal my fucking bit.
Ah.
You nearly just drank the barbecue sauce.
Terrifying.
That's you just like I've never met someone that stole someone's fucking material so quickly.
No.
Yeah, fuck it. Maybe I should walk up the mountain a few times after that many calories. So fuck, maybe if all my exes just did what you did, I wouldn't be such a fat fuck. But anyway, if I had to go for a 6K walk every breakup,
it was
I
a
wouldn't
lot.
be pushing 3 digits. So
Oh my gosh. So all comedians, you were saying something about all comedians.
all comedians that I've spoke to in depth about emotions always tend to have this theme. And I just listened to a really good special by a comedian called Mark Maron.
Yep.
And I've listened to his audiobook, and he's a lot like me when it comes to emotions. He talks really openly about it in the book.
Yep.
That special is really fucking good. He even addresses the recent death of his wife.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's what they do when you die. Put your arms.
No,
around.
I was hugging. It
Oh,
was a hug.
I thought you were like impersonating a dead person.
No.
So they tend to use humor to like cope with bad situations.
Yeah.
And I feel like making a good situation out of like a potentially heavy emotional situation is definitely a theme of a comedian to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it makes us who we are.
Yes.
So yeah, I didn't even know that about you. So that's the first for the show. I think you mentioned before when we were talking about it that you've broken up. Is that the first time that it's been a mutual breakup?
Yes.
So normally you call the shots.
Usually I'm the one breaking up.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Fucking power move.
I love mountains.
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go.
Yeah. It's definitely the way to go. It's such a I mean, fuck. I've been dumped in some shit situations. If I could have just done it in fucking gale force winds on the top of a fucking mountain.
Dude, it snowed.
Yeah.
It snowed.
Wow.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
we swam in a waterfall.
It's fucked because like I've definitely dated someone called Taylor. So like I'd be on Mountain Taylor talking about how I'm never going to Mount Taylor again.
Whoa. Yeah, maybe don't take her there. That's what. That's rough.
That's pretty fucking.
Though imagine finding the mountain with the same name as whoever you're dating, being like, that's where we have to break up if we're ever going to break up.
Yeah.
You might have just started something inside.
That means I would never date some bitch called Kosciuszko.
Because you're going, I'm never going up that mountain.
Just like, I'm sorry, I can't commit to the mountain I'd have to climb to break up with you.
That's so funny. Yeah, love it.
Always end on a high note. This has been episode 104 with Laura Johnston, the current reigning and defending Mortal Komedy Roast champion. Cheers for
Thank you so much, Marky. I've had a lot of fun.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank
Buy me a drink. Just name names.
Yeah, right. Big time. Fucking thrown out.
A strip club with your floppy disk.
Man, you got a big beard, dude.
Shame for shit all day.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
Keep it simple. Count your money.
That they're not proud of.
Just give me $10.
Hey, right?
And sing.
Click.
Did you hang up?
No, I just said click.